Hello, everybody. Going to be starting really soon. 3 minutes, right at 7 o'clock, 2 minutes now. If one of you could write in the chat that you can hear me, that would be phenomenal. Thank you, Carlo. So, stream health looks to be good. Alright, gonna get started in just 1 minute. 1 minute. Hello everybody and welcome to Altcoin Mentors. My name is Charlie and today I'm going to be doing the crypto strategy live stream for this week where I will be talking all about the price action of what happened in the last week, what I expect from the next week, my trading strategy going into the next week, and at the end a Q&A where I'll be answering any questions that you guys might have. So let's get started. First, of course, I need to mention that I always send out these strategy notes. Nope, I need to switch to the screencast. There we go. I always send out these strategy notes from our email list every single Sunday morning. Today there were some deliverability problems, so if you haven't gotten it yet, don't fear, you will get that very soon. So let me show you the page if you're not on that. It is altcoinmentors.com/strategy, and you'll be redirected to this page where you enter your name, email, and the one from last week will be sent to you immediately. Also of note is going to be our Telegram channel, so that is t.me/altcoinmentors or altcoinmentors.com/telegram, and in here we post all of our trades, positions, we have charts, and it is in general just the best place where you can keep up with us. You can join. Right now we have 400 people in this channel, and we only expect that to keep growing. Again, t.me/altcoinmentors, and you can get that. Now let's jump into what we saw happen in the last week. Well, let's rewind a little bit more than that. After we experienced the initial correction down to the $5,900 area in early February, it was possible but not likely that that was all of the correction. And then after we got a move up to the 11,700 area, I noted that that was most likely a bull trap and to expect downside after that. And then we did get that downside. And we got a surprising reversal here in early April. I wrongly, I will admit, happily admit actually, that I did not call this bottom. I really did think that this was going to be a continuation triangle. And from there, we got an ambiguous move up into May. And after that, I did think that this was going to be the start of a larger bullish move, which it turned out to not be. Unfortunately, we broke below that $7,000 level that I really wanted to see, and so I exited all of my long positions and started to go short. And that brings us to today. And as you can see, I still expect much more downside from this. Well, I guess not that much more. So if right now we are right at the $6,400 region, we probably have another 1,600 to go. So I guess another 25% is what I would expect. But of course, you have to keep the bigger picture in mind. After we hit this long-term bottom, the upside target for this is going to be 48,000 to 82,000, with an ideal level sitting at right around $69,000. So, of course, and that is if this is not a failed impulse and we are in fact in an overall bullish stance long term, which I do think is likely. I have not seen any reason to think that it is not likely. But I will think that it is unlikely if we break below critical support at 3,100. If we break below that $3,100 level, then I will start to become a long-term bear, and perhaps this market will not recover in a very long time. But I do believe in the bullish stance for now, and I do think that $3,100 will hold. In fact, I do think it's probable that we won't see much below 4,000. I'm not going to say it's highly unlikely that we see 3,000, but it's I don't favor that scenario at this time. But it is definitely likely that we go into the 4,000s. And then after that, should see a march up into the $48,000, $82,000 region. And then in terms of longer term trading strategy for right now, I do think it is too late. If you haven't sold yet, you have to be nimble enough to buy back in later. And I say this because long-term bottoms in Bitcoin are generally pretty explosive back to the upside. You'll see that when we hit this February bottom, it rebounded from a low of 5,900 back up to $8,000 in the same day. So that's a move of 33% to the upside after you hit that bottom. And if we only have 25% down to go, we could recover that back to this price in the matter of a few days. So again, that's why I don't quite favor selling. But if you do think you're going to be nimble, or you think that we're going to be going below that level of 48,000 or 4.8K, you think we're going to go into the 3,000s, then that would be a scenario in which selling is preferred. All right, so let's move into a more specific chart. So this is the 6-hour chart. Let me take a sip of water real quick. I think I need to talk a little bit slower. Usually I talk a bit too quickly. I think that right now we are in the penultimate major wave of this correction, where in Elliott wave we track 5 wave moves, and that is going to be, so a 5 waves moves would be similar to something like this. I think TradingView just crashed on me. Sorry about that. Let me reload. Okay, like I was saying, we generally look for 5 wave moves in an impulsive wave, and you can see the 5 projected waves out here. So I think that we've already completed this third wave at the most recent bottom we hit at $5,700. And now we have begun to move up and complete the fourth wave, which I projected to be around $6,700. And the invalidation point for this to the upside is at $7,000. So if we go above, I guess 70.50. So if we go above 70.50, then there's something more bullish in play. But for now, I am tracking this impulse to the downside, and I do think that when we get into the $6,700 region, 6,700 to 7,000, I am definitely going to be adding on some head shorts. Actually, I'll probably the problem is that going net long, as I talked about before, is quite risky at this point, because you could just get clobbered as soon as there's a long-term bottom hit and you get a bounce. So maybe not. I won't go net short, or if I do go net short, I'll be taking profit extremely quickly. So again, I'm looking for a local top in this $6,700 to $7,000 region before a larger drop down into the $5,200 to $4,500 region. And like I said before, the larger time frame target is at $4,800, right within that region. And Bitcoin is known to be an extended fifth waiver, so that does put $3,800 as the upper limit if this is the impulse that I'm tracking. So now if we zoom in even a bit further into the 90-minute chart, we had the long-term bottom, or the local bottom here at 57.43. We had the A wave up. As you saw, it was an extremely violent move to the upside. We covered $500 in the span of about 10 minutes. And then had further continuation to complete that move before having a larger B wave flat, almost retracing 100% of the move up. And then we had the short squeeze to start the wave C. And right now I am not sure if we have completed the fourth wave of this, the fourth of C. I'm not sure if we've completed it, but I do have some longs going on right now that I will take off into the region between 6,700 and 7,000. Now let's move on to the other, perhaps, main method that I've used for technical analysis, which is the based on Tom DeMark indicators. For some reason, TradingView is freezing up on me. Damn, I don't know why this is so slow. Might just have to close all the existing tabs. It's unfortunate. Okay, so this is the 12-hour chart. Actually, let's back out to the weekly. This is the 12-hour chart. Or nope, this is the weekly chart. Sorry about that. A little tongue-tied there. This is the weekly chart of Bitcoin on a log scale, and we are now on the time to mark 7. And if you know anything about these indicators, you know that we look for reversals to happen on time to mark 9s. So that would say that we have 2 more weeks before considering a larger move to the upside. And this gels nicely with what I had just presented with the Elliott wave analysis, where we have 1 more drop to go. And I do think that this drop would happen in the span of the next 2 weeks, so that this time to mark 9 would complete. So if you follow me on Twitter, I had said before that I do think that, and this is not much more than a guess, but I do think that August will be a very bullish month. July, I'm not sure about. Again, I'm looking for 2 more weeks of downside at least, 2 to 4. Zach says, I think this week candle should go green, and then the next 3 weeks red candle that after that bull run. Well, yeah, I just presented what I think. I think yeah, 2 more weeks down, and then we start to go up. And again, I'll go through the time frames here. We are on a 9 on the 3-day chart, which has been firing throughout this entire correction. But again, this could just be a continuation 9. We are in a longer term downtrend. Go to the daily. Daily just reset. So I would expect this to maybe go into a few more days, maybe 2 or 3 more days of upside into that $6,700 zone, and then start to drop, and then complete a 9, or perhaps an unfinished, and then complete a 9. And then on the 12-hour, again, we have not seen any confirmation, any real confirmation of upside. We have only seen double tops. I mean, there's confirmation here, but it was in a longer term downtrend, so that was not a trade signal. So again, everything, there's not much to be bullish on, in my opinion, at this moment. What would make me bullish is if we bust through that $7,100 zone that I talked about before, or if we only see 3 waves down after a 5-wave move up, which we are tracking right now. All right. That is the price analysis. Now let's go into the derivative analysis. And this is something I'm just starting to experiment with, because I recently found out that you could chart these things on TradingView. So thought it'd be very useful to share what I've learned. I guess since I haven't made a video about this yet, I am producing it right now, and that is on advanced usage of the BitMEX trading platform. And the chart you are looking at right now is the premium of the September futures in Bitcoin over the spot Bitcoin index. So if you're not familiar, futures is a derivative contract of Bitcoin where you are settling at a specified date in the future called the expiration. In this case, it is the September expiration date. And what we would expect to see is some sort of difference between the spot Bitcoin price and the futures price because of that time difference. And this difference is called the premium. And this is a chart of that premium. As you can see, let me zoom out. Normally futures are going to be in what's called contango, and that is when the price or when the premium is above the zero line, and that is the green line right here. So anytime the price is above the green, that is called in contango. Anytime it's below, it's called normal backwardation. Right now, you can see that we have recently switched from backwardation into contango, and the practical use of knowing this is that if you're going long right now, it is better for you to use the perpetual swap contract, which is tied to the spot Bitcoin price on BitMEX, if you're going long. And if you're going short, it is better to use the futures contract because that price is higher, so you'll collect the premium that is on it right now, as well as the downside that you would expect. And since I know that that is a little bit complicated, if you have any questions on specifically BitMEX futures contracts, backwardation, contango, premium, put them in the chat right now, and I'll get to it right away. Because I know that it can be a confusing topic at sometimes. And that's why I will be making a video on it. And yeah, the opposite is true as well. If we are in normal backwardation, then if you are going to go long, you want to be using the futures contract. And if you're going short, you want to use the perpetual swap. Looks like there are no questions on this, so I will move on to talking about the volatility. Okay, so let's start off with... So volatility, I'm sure most of you have heard about volatility at some point. It is... yeah, basically how much Bitcoin moves. Yep, again, if you have a question, put it in the chat, and I will get to it. So, long-term Bitcoin, in terms of where we are in the long term for Bitcoin volatility, this is the weekly chart. We had bounced off of support and are now beginning to trend upwards and revert back into that line of around that's around 79%. Just entering that bottom Keltner channel right now. You can see that the lower Keltner channel was right around 60%, the upper around 100%. Looks like we have a troll in the chat, so let me ban real quick. And there. That's only a timeout. Does anybody know how to permanently ban? Can't quite figure that out. Hide user on this channel. I guess that works. All right, cool. What was I saying? Yeah, in the long term, volatility is pretty low right now. So let's go into the 7-day. switch that to the 3-day. And again, you'll note that we are relatively low in the volatility. We've been bouncing around in that lower Keltner channel since we had that big drop in early February. So once we dropped there, we've just been bouncing into this lower channel, pretty much staying in it. Had a few chances to break out of it, but nothing really held. And right now we are again just bouncing off of that middle line. So I would expect to see a actually let me go into the 24-hour one before making that prediction. So in the shorter term, this is the 6-hour chart, and this is the 24-hour volatility. You'll see the extreme squeeze that we have of all the moving averages. Volatility, by definition, is going to be mean reverting. So you had just an oscillation around this, and we are right at the bottom of this Keltner channel, going up towards and angling up towards that middle line. Most of the time it does eventually end up hitting the top of the Keltner channel. So as you can see here, bounced off of the bottom, went right up to the top, bounced the midline, back up to the top, and then down, retest, down. And this is why I would expect some sort of volatility event to happen in the near-term future. And say a volatility event that could happen would be a sharp drop to the downside, and that would bring the volatility up. And again, this is all in congruence to what I've been expecting in just looking at the Bitcoin price. So that is all I have for content. If you have a non-troll question, you should put that in the chat box right now, and I will go ahead and answer that. A question I got on Twitter before was, you guys are called altcoin mentors, but you mainly focus on Bitcoin. Why is that? The reason is that during periods of crypto downturns, everything pretty much looks the same. Everything's going down. So it kind of is not that worth it to chart many different altcoins, because everything just kind of looks the same, just going down. Check Twitter too to see if there's anything else. Might be able to end early. That would be nice. Yep, not much. Wow, no questions? All right. Well, looks like we're ending early. once again, if you want to see this presented in text and get this as an email, you can go to altcoinmentors.com/strategy, and you will be be put on the list to get those. Also, check out our Telegram channel, now 400 people strong. Thank you very much, everyone who is in here, and we are honored to have the pleasure of working with all of you. t.me/altcoinmentors and altcoinmentors.com/telegram. Both of those will get you there right away. And on Twitter, you can follow me. I am CharlieU, so that is twitter.com/IamCharlieU. If you have a suggestion to change that, I am kind of looking to change it. Some people have a hard time finding it. The problem is that all the normal things that you would expect a handle to be consisting of are taken from my name. So this was the best I could do at the time. But if you're thinking of anything else, I'm open to that. I recently started a list on Twitter of legit crypto traders. So if you can find that list in my profile and see who I am following. Right now there's only 14 people on the list. And if you also know someone who should be on here, at me and tell me that they should be on here, and I'll add them if they're legit. And Jedi Surfer, do you have any new interesting alts you are looking into for the next bull run? I don't think I found anything super new. There's a lot of stuff that had ICO'd recently and is on the market now. But, I mean, it's just getting destroyed. So, I guess fundamentally, Constellation had just done some stuff. So that Constellation is somewhat interesting to me. Fusion is also interesting. I missed the bull run on that earlier. But, and then, of course, there's the perennial favorites. Enigma, Ravencoin. Those are by far my two favorites. Two favorite altcoins. Anything else that's new? I don't know. What are you guys looking into? The problem is that during bear markets, it's harder to find things because people aren't as excited. And you can't, it's very inefficient to kind of look at like CryptoCal.com or something to see what's launching, because stuff's launching every day, every hour, and 99% of it is trash. 99.9% of it is trash. Skycoin. I don't quite remember what Skycoin is. Let's see. When Moon. Like I said, 2 to 4 weeks of downside, and then we can start going up again. Holy. Damn, this one's a $45, $47. Damn. Ooh, there's only 9 million out of 100 million. Where does this trade? Every coin is a scam except for Bitcoin. Almost true. The majority of coins are scams. But there are a few that are doing legitimate things. Them having their own ASIC is interesting. I like that. Wait, what? It says that it requires no mining, but they have their miner. Okay, that's a little bit confusing. So I guess I still don't really get the point. Is it just is it supposed to be a smart contract platform? Why don't we do an ICO? What would we ICO? What would be the... We don't have anything to ICO. If we did an ICO, it would be a pure money grab. And we're not really scammers. Like, we're not really in this for the money, you know? We're just trying to help people. So I don't think that... I don't like how they're trying to compete with Bitcoin. That's a recipe for failure right there. They have some interesting tech for a smart contract platform, but it seems like they're not really focusing that much on it. So I'm not seeing a clear value proposition here. Competing with Bitcoin is no. I would have to. I'm gonna put the white paper on my to-do list. Have you looked into ECC? Seen how similar the 2014 collection is to this one? Yes, it is. It is similar. I don't think it's gonna stretch out to the same length, but yeah, it does look similar. And so yeah, it means that we're going to go down more. All right, ECC. Trades on Crypto Bridge, Coin Exchange, so no names. This website looks like garbage. So let's see what this is. All these projects need to handle someone who knows marketing, because I have literally no idea what problem this solves. Okay, relocate network services from the internet and move them over to the blockchain. Okay, so this is at least differentiated in some way. So the thing is anyone who's going to use this? It has absolutely pitiful volume. $15,000. That's... So yeah, I'm not seeing that much here. I just have a problem with... I can't imagine why someone would want to use this. Maybe I'm just not thinking out of the box enough. Uh, Personally, I think Blockstack is going to be the one who takes the network stack on blockchain. And Blockstack is based on Bitcoin. So it's hard to imagine. The problem with these types of things is that to be secure, you have to have a lot of people holding it. But to have a lot of people holding it, it has to be secure, and you have to have a use for it. So yeah, it's not. It's really hard to bootstrap a. It's really hard to bootstrap a network. Okay, white paper, but I will also read this. What's up with Cardano mooning on BitMEX? Is it? Wow, trading view very slow right now. I wouldn't call this mooning. I mean, 15%. 15% is a pretty good move, but it's gonna be unless we get this just looks like 3 waves up, you know, and unless it turns into something more, and then we hold support, that's when I would think that it would look good, but until then it just doesn't look good. Basket Boss legit. For someone just starting out, learning about Bitcoin and trading, not familiar with a lot of terms, best practice to go through your old videos to grasp the basics. So let me direct you to if you go to our channel and you go to playlists, you'll see the playlist How to Learn Crypto Trading. And this is where I recommend that everyone start if you want to learn trading. So these are all produced by my father, Peter, who has been trading for over 20 years and just recently started in crypto, and he's been producing all of these videos specifically for how to trade better. So far it's been on just the trading side of it and not on any of the crypto side. I'm the one who's working on the crypto side videos. I do have I unfortunately have not been able to make as many videos as I'd like. That's going to change in the very near future. But if you want videos on just the trading side, yeah, the How to Learn Crypto Trading playlist is really where you want to be. That reminds me, actually, I need to make a recurring campaign for this playlist. But Basket Boss legit. If you DM me on Twitter, so go to twitter.com/IamCharlieU and click the message button, DM me and ask me any questions that you like, because just how to get started, that's very general. So if you have specific questions, just reach out to me on Twitter. Looks like that was all the questions. Any other questions? And I'll close out for real. You think Bitcoin is breaking the current resistance? Like I said, current resistance is at 6,700 to 7,000. really above 7100. It has broken that resistance, but I do not expect it to. No. But if it does, I'm not going to fight it. So watch that $6,100 region. But I think it's unlikely it gets above even 6,800. Cool. Cool. Once again, altcoinmentors.com/strategy to get these notes delivered to your inbox every Sunday morning, and also to get subscribed to our list, which we are just about to start sending more in-depth content to every single day. If you're not in our Telegram channel already, that is at t.me/altcoinmentors. That is the best place where you can keep up with everything that we are doing. And finally, if you like this video, we have many more on our YouTube channel at altcoinmentors.com/YouTube. And you can follow me, twitter.com/IamCharlieU on Twitter. And I post very frequently there as well. Lastly, I want to thank everyone for watching. You guys who are here in the beginning, we are still at under 1,000 subscribers pretty much everywhere. So you guys are really the backbone of what we are trying to do here. And that is to help as many people achieve financial freedom as possible through cryptocurrency trading and investing. You guys are the early leaders in all of this. I want to thank you for giving us your attention and your time, which is the most important resource that you have in this world. And lastly, I want to wish you good luck in trading for this week and always. And with that, I'll sign off. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for watching.